I would not look too hard at the personnel on this date. Let's wait till after the draft, after free agency. My prediction would be that the Patriots wind up with a better record than the Titans because they usually wind up with a better record than most teams.
Let me say this to you. I understand that kind of thinking, and under normal circumstances, I would be right with you. But right now, I'm about the Titans. And first of all, they had Ryan Tannehill looking like a star quarterback. I mean, talk about miracles. Damn. I mean, this dude comes up, Ryan Tannehill. I mean, who we forgot was a quarterback in the National Football League because he refused to show us for the first 5-6 years of his career. This brother shows up in Tennessee. I guess inspired by them not having any state income tax and saying he wanted to stay there, okay? Brother shows up, completes 70% of his passes.
Killed it.
22 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions. He was balling. But I got news for you. Derrick Henry certainly helped. That monster that he is coming out of the backfield, got an offensive line that can protect and run block as well. We can't ignore that. You got a guy in A.J. Brown that's a rookie 1,000-yard receiver. Corey Davis is no scrub, neither is Sharp. I'm looking at that along with Tennessee's defense, along with the relationship that I believe Tom Brady could have and would have with Coach Vrabel, who would clearly appreciate him more openly than Bill Belichick ever would. And I think those things serve to work for Tom Brady better than the New England Patriots, bereft of the talents that they had last year. He didn't have much to work with, and unless you're going to show me that they're going to go out there in the offseason and get some brothers for him to throw the football to, I would sit up there and say, yo, it wasn't New England in the AFC Championship game this year. It was Tennessee. And I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to say Tom Brady with his boy Vrabel. I don't mind that at all.
Interesting. I gotta roll with you, though, Max, on this one. When I look at it, I look at the New England Patriots, and they need some help at the tight end spot. They need some help at the receiver position, whether it's free agency, the loaded draft with all these receivers. They can find one or two guys that can certainly help Tom Brady out. But I think a lot of people are missing the point in terms of Brady and Mike Vrabel. Yes, there's a relationship there, but is that relationship healthy for Brady? Is it healthy for Vrabel? How about your best friend or your former teammate, close friend, telling you that you did something wrong in a game? Or how about the quarterback going to the head coach and telling him the offensive play calling sucks? How about the fact that other teammates know the relationship that you have with him so you could do no wrong no matter what? Those are the sort of things that you got to think about, not the X's and the O's. Don't worry about that. Think about the relationship that you'll be bringing into a locker room that went to an AFC Championship game. A quarterback that was statistically on par with Brady, slightly better than him in completion percentage in other areas. So when you talk about those sort of things, you got to think the relationship could be problematic for Vrabel.
All right.
That's a good
point. Because Keyshawn's making me laugh here. Keyshawn's making me laugh.
Well, I'm make you laugh.
I'm getting ready to tell you. I'm getting ready to tell you, Key. Let me ask you this
He
question.
got some special treatment.
Let me ask Keyshawn this question. Let me ask this is Keyshawn Johnson now.
Okay.
I mean, very loquacious, highly intelligent, former #1 overall pick, star at USC, Super
Okay,
Bowl
all right,
champion.
enough buttering
Here's
me
the
up.
deal. Here's the question. I ain't buttering you up. Keyshawn Johnson, are you trying to tell me as a wide receiver that
No, I'm not.
you would sit up there and go like this? I would take
want
Ryan
Brady as
Tannehill
my
over Tom
quarterback.
Brady?
I would prefer Brady. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
But we're not talking about me. We're talking about a team in the relationship between the head coach and the quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
What about Vrabel and Brady?
That's what he's saying. It could be awkward. You're friends, and
It could
now
be
he's essentially
awkward,
his
Stephen
boss.
A.
He's telling him what to do. It creates an awkward dynamic.
Absolutely,
Kate,
Molly.
let me ask you this.
By the way,
I
did
get
Bill
what you're saying.
Parcells give you some special treatment?
All right.
Come on.
No, you
Did
got-
did you get special treatment
You
from
gotta
Bill
be kidding
Parcells?
me with that. That's ridiculous.
Can I ask a
I'm
question?
just saying. I know how players react, man.
Listen, they're boys. All of a sudden, he's telling him what to do. It could create an interesting dynamic. Keyshawn, we had Adam Schefter on earlier. He said he thinks it's a really good shot that Brady will ultimately leave New England. If that's the case, I know you think he should stay. He will stay. What team is a good fit? Because he brought up the Peyton Manning example where we heard all these teams. Denver was one we didn't hear, and then that's where he ended up going. Is there a team that we're not hearing about that could be a good fit?
No, I don't think so. I think it's either going to be the Tennessee Titans or back to New England. I don't see San Francisco. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The Raiders don't make a whole lot of sense. Tampa Bay doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The Chargers don't have an offensive line. They got offensive line issues. That would be good, but the offensive line is terrible. Unless they can address that before he signs, I think that would be problematic. So I think he's either going to Tennessee or he's going back to New England.
By the way, everyone's talking about, and I understood, Key, you said that you prefer Brady over Tannehill. I wouldn't. But the bottom line is they had to win. Just look at Brady's last 2 games. This is a team that won 12 games. We can't act like it was impossible for them to win games. They won most of their games. They needed to win against Miami last game of the season to get a bye in the first round. They lost.
They always struggle with Miami,
okay,
though, Max.
but then against Tennessee, who they lost to, Brady threw 209 yards with no touchdowns and an interception.
No playmakers. No playmakers.
Okay, but they had enough playmakers to win 12. But then when they needed those 2 wins at the end of the year in the playoffs, then they didn't win. And he's not getting younger.
Regular season is different than postseason. You know that, Max. Come on now.
For sure.
It's different. The cream rises
Tannehill
to the
won
top.
a couple games.
The cream rises to the top. They went out and got Sanu thinking that was going to help him at the receiver position. It did not. Julian Edelman was coming back off an injury. He did what he could do. But he's not enough. Playing inside the slot, you cannot live on the slot alone as a quarterback. You've got to have an alpha dog, a Randy Moss on the outside. You've got to have guys that can lift the coverage, and they simply don't have that.
Thank you.
Right.
Which is why Tennessee is the best player. It's the better
But we
player.
keep focusing on the offense. Let's not forget New England was #1 in defense last year. I think Tennessee was like 21st. So
I can't
big
listen to
discrepancy
Stephen
there.
Smith too much longer.
And then, you
It's
know what?
Steve.
Let me
Get
tell
it right,
let me tell you
Keyshawn.
something, man. Keyshawn be having that intimidate. Look, he be scared people. I'm his boy. So he don't scare me. I'm his boy. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't worried about no
I don't think
Keyshawn.
he's scaring
Ain't scared of Keyshawn. That's my man.
Stop
All right,
setting
we'll
that
see him
narrative
tomorrow.
about me, man.
All right. Bye, Keyshawn. Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.